Bradley here. Yes, indeed. We're going through a box. And what do we got? It's a Datasette. C2N cassette. It even has a serial number. 727530. Made in Taiwan. Certified to comply with Class B limits. Part. FCC rules. The instructions for interference. Radio reception is suspected. Anyway, does this work? I have no clue. It will need to be tested. Now this thing here, this plug, here it is, there's the plug. That's the same sort of plug that you will find on a lot of machines that Commodore made. The PET, all the versions of the PET, the 64, the VIC-20, the Commodore 128. It ended up being different on the Plus 4 and the a different checker on the C16. So it went from being a standardized thing that was on all the machines until it wasn't. Anyway, this will need to be tested. This will need to be checked, and we'll see what we see with this. We will see. But way back when I first started into these computer things, in the back room on a cart, basically a cart where the PET would sit on the top. There was no disk drive, and there was the Datasette, and we would do little programming things and sit there and wait the magic of saving and loading off a tape. And yes, just a regular cassette tape. And it was magical. Even though it was slow, it was cutting edge, it was top of the line, it was what it was. And of course, the horrible thing we never wanted to see was load error. It was actually question mark, load error. That meant something didn't go in right. But the nice thing about when you wrote a program in BASIC is you could save it, and then you could back up the tape, and you could verify it. And if the verification failed, you could always save it again. Now this Datasette here, it has a counter. There it is. And some of the other ones that they came out with also had a counter. The original ones did not have a counter. So when we loaded things, we would either kind of keep track of how far we thought we had to fast forward, and hope, or set the thing. Basically we'd say, okay, so it's not at the beginning of the tape, it's like the third program, and you press fast forward. There was no counter. You just say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop, and hope. Of course, how did we figure out what was on the tape? If you found one, you were like, I don't remember what's on this. You would type in something like load, and then a name of a program that didn't exist, such as punter. And then you would say play, or when it said press play, and you would sit there, and it would find things. And it would say that it found something, but not until did it find the thing that you were searching for would it load. It would just keep on searching. So you could write down what you saw. And then you would know that was, how we got the directory. Not quite as easy as load quote $, quote, comma 8, I tell you. But it's what we had. And you know what? I never ever at school as I remember, did we ever have the chiclet style PET. We had the separate black Datasette. And it was okay. It had a long cord. And from what I remember, it worked very well. And we saved, we verified. And if it was really something important, we might save, verify, and then when we knew the tape was clear, we might save it again. Just in case. Anyway, the Datasette, which will work on a PET, 64, 128, a VIC-20, probably other things. Anyway, thanks for coming. We'll keep digging through this box. Have a lovely, lovely day. David Bradley in the TV room. I'm your host. Signing off.